Tart, I could maybe create a distraction if you think you could get us all inside this area.
Well, I need to scout it out first to find out where can we go and safely.
Tyr cocks his head off to the side like he's listening to something. Aye, friend. He says, the man of fog says that he can enter. Possibly.
Who?
He would like to see his client, he says. And Tyr taps the sword on the ground and poof! Hello, everyone. And you see Foggy Nelson before you. A small, portly man in a bow tie and green suit. Kind of strawberry blonde hair. A little ruffled. He says, if there's any sort of due process, I should be able to see my client. I mean, this is America.
I cock an eyebrow at him and say, oh, well, that wasn't helpful.
Amazing. Well,
what devilry is this? Has Loki transformed you?
Foggy stands up very straight and he says, I am a top-notch attorney. If there is a detention center I can't talk my way into, a guard I can't bully into letting me see my client, then I am not worth my diploma.
Then by all means, walk yourself out there and use diplomacy to get past all these sentinels and these guards.
Slaphappy is going to transform into an assistant and carry a couple briefcases.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. Well, let me explain what we see on the screen here, and then we can definitely do those things. So we've got 3 distinctions. We've got smoggy dystopian twilight still. We've got securely guarded facility, and we've got breakout ? And there's 2 sections, 2 essentially data files, 2 oppositions here. One is the actual mutant internment center, which is a crisis pool, 3d8s and 2d10s, but it has scale. It has a d6 scale, so it means that I would be rolling the 6 and all those 8s and the 2 10s, and I would be keeping 3 for my total. But this is, otherwise it's a crisis pool, so you'd be making tests against the crisis pool to reduce it. If you fail in your test, every failure against the crisis pool adds a d6 to the patrol mob, which is underneath. And then when a crisis die is eliminated, like if you knock out one of those 8s or the 10s, then if you'd like to at that time, someone can spend a plot point and turn it into a mutant asset to essentially represent the fact that you have just freed someone in some capacity and they are now kind of helping you as an extra, sort of. So that's the first thing, and that's the big thing. Like, that's the crisis pool that's going on. But there's also this patrol mob to represent the soldiers and the cheapo sentinels that are wandering around and guarding the facility and will be in opposition to you as well. And they're a mob. So they start out with 3d6, but if they get dice from the crisis pool, then obviously they'll grow. And they do have those 2 traits, weapons and then armor. And they have the focus SFX, which means they can combine 2 equal-sized dice for... So, like, I've got 3d6 there for them. They could actually be a d8 and a d6 for their mob dice. They can combine the 2 d6s. So we're going into action-based resolution. So on my turn, I will get to take an action with the patrol mob. The crisis pool doesn't actually take an action. It's a crisis pool. But you folks can take actions against it to reduce it. You do not have to defeat the patrol mob entirely if you defeat the crisis pool. But the patrol mob does get a turn. So it is going to be... well, if it's as good as the Sentinel, it's not going to be a problem for any of you. I didn't score any stress at all with my giant Sentinel. But that notwithstanding, the crisis pool is not going to be making actions against you, but the patrol mob will be doing that. Okay, is that clear? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so then that being the case, I think we need to let Foggy take the first action. Certainly, you can walk up to the door with your assistant and try to bluff your way in there. However you want to do that, I think you should go ahead and get the first action here.
Okay, well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spend a plot point to create a temporary D6 asset, and that temporary asset is business card.
Yes.
It's so good.
So Foggy whips out his business card. Oh, come on, drag out. Oh, it's because I'm trying to go too far. Foggy whips out his business card, and he walks straight for. I see a door, right?
I mean, there's definitely a main door.
Like an entrancey looking
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. Whips out that business card, walks straight to the door, and hi, Foggy Nelson, attorney at law, public defender. I'm here to see my client. I believe you took her into custody. I'm sorry it's taken me so long to get here. Would you mind showing me in and to the processing center so that I can begin the steps of going to see her?
By far, this is not an expected thing. I mean, these folks have seen a lot. When you're guarding mutants, you get used to seeing all kinds of behavior and everything. This takes the cake by far. So, mostly out of like shock, they don't respond immediately. So, if you want to go ahead and get together a pool to do a test against the crisis pool, I will. And I'll roll the crisis pool here.
Okay, well, let's see. I do believe I am acting first and thinking later, but I'm not hindered by it. I am going to do a D8 for that, a D8 for my crime specialty, because this is reflecting my legal expertise. And I am doing this for duty. My strength obliges me to aid the weak. I mean, and Foggy is aiding the weak. So triple eights. Let's see what we got.
Well, you also have your business card asset.
Oh,
And then
Bryan.
did Slaphappy, you said that you were having Slaphappy as like an assistant. Did you want to actually lend a value die here?
Yeah, what's the value?
Yeah, what's the value, Bryan, that you're using for tier?
Oh, I'm using duty.
It's a D8.
You giving me a D8 for that?
Yep.
Oh, okie doke. So then of the two extras I rolled, BW, one of them hitched.
I see that.
So we're looking at... I'm going to spend a plot point to make that total 15 with a D8 effect.
I did roll a 21.
Huh. All right, I'm going to spend 2 plot points to make that a 19 with a D4 effect. And I'm going to spend all my plot points for that. Yep.
Did you have a anchor that you could throw in there to possibly bump you up?
Not unless they are Karen Page.
Strange enough, she's here.
She's one of the guards. No, I don't think anything.
We can do that. We can do that. You want the guard to be Karen Page? I mean, that's what anchors are all about. You never know how you're going to run into these people. I'm okay with that.
Okay. Karen Page is secretly beneath the helmet of the
yeah, 100%.
of the guard.
Roll a d6, see if it helps you. Ooh.
She sees her childhood friend Foggy Nelson. And that only brings me in close enough.
It's a 21.
To... Nope. It was a valiant effort.
It was a valiant effort. She is...
You gotta beat it to eat it.
Yeah, you gotta beat it to eat it. So, sadly, no, this is not a success for you. But it's not I'm not going to rule it as an outright failure either, because I think she's in awe, and you know, she's in uniform, so composure, right? But there's just no real response. It's like the audacity of someone to just wander in. First of all, how'd you even get in here? Like all these things running through her mind right now, and it's just sort of frozen for the moment, standstill kind of. Who do you want to choose to move next, or take an action next?
I am actually going to pass off to Emma Frost.
All right.
All right. So can I see the guards that are there, and they're just kind of looking at Foggy and just kind of like not really being receptive. I'm assuming I'm still like ducked down in the sewer, or maybe I followed them. I'm not sure, but
I mean, they're not hiding. There's spotlights kind of sweeping the area every now and then, and there's some who are walking the grounds. Yeah. I'm not going to buy that hitch, by the way, Brian. You had rolled that one. I'm just not going to do anything with it.
Oh, appreciate it.
I exhale deeply and walk up behind him, and I look at how many guards are in there.
That you can see, they're in teams of 2, and you see 2 teams kind of walking the grounds.
The one that when he was speaking to specifically, I'm going to mind control her.
Oh, she was inside. Like he went up to like the main entrance.
Oh,
Is that where you want to go?
yeah.
Okay, cool. So you're going to mind control you're going to mind control dystopian Karen Page?
Yes.
Fantastic. And what would be your desired well, I guess it would just be knocking a crisis pool out, but I mean, like, you're mind controlling her what, to let you guys in?
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
This is something that's not exactly a great thing to do to someone, so I'm going to lean on criminal past here.
All right, we're looking at a total of 16 for Emma to Jedi mind trick dystopian Karen Page.
I'm going to combine mind control and telepathy, both at D8. Right, and for value, I'm going to use. I'm going to, for the first time, use glory, because I walk up and his failed attempt, and I'm just like, how pathetic. Let me show you how it's done.
For sure.
And psych expert.
Nice.
All right, and what was your total? 16?
Just a 16, yeah.
So I have to use the 10, don't I? Okay.
I mean, do you have plot points? You have some plot points. You could.
I do not anymore.
You don't? Oh, you don't.
Yeah. So I'm going to do the total 17 with a D8 effect.
Okay. So your D8 is going to step down one of those 8s to a 6.
I thought when I bought the plot point from you,
Doesn't it just like, if I hit the die, doesn't it just like knock it out completely, or no?
Gotta be over.
Gotta beat it. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotta beat it to eat it.
Exactly. What's up, Ty?
I thought when I bought the last plot point from you, BW, I gave it to her to use to win her.
Can you do that?
Oh, the hitch from in the tunnels?
Yeah.
Well, that's why when you had asked about it, I didn't know what you were using it to spend it on, because you didn't have any stress or anything like that. That's not really something you can do to give plot points back and forth. If you spent a plot point on that, definitely grab one back, because it's not... I misunderstood, then I wasn't following you.
Okay, yeah. I thought I could do that.
That's my mistake. You know what? I'm going to make a
That
note,
would
though,
be-
because if we end up making some of these rules changes to be more team-centric, maybe sharing plot points is a thing I want to introduce to the rules somewhere. So I will make a note of it for next arc. Okay, so your crisis pool has gone down a little bit. Karen Page is kind of like acquiescing to this mind control. What is it that you are making her do with the mind control? Like, describe your success.
She's going to snap out of her like days and just, if she's with any of her coworkers, she'll be saying something like, "Yeah, let's let them in. This is important," and hit the
Wow.
button.
All right. So she's gonna hit the button. Okay. The siren goes off, or the klaxon and the buzzer, I guess, and the gate behind them opens, making the way clear. Who would you like to go next?
Let's go with Slaphappy.
All right, Slaphappy / assistant Slaphappy.
So the the gate opens. Slaphappy straightens her tie, tightens it up a little bit, and proceeds to walk in. And as walking past the guard, is going to give a stack of paperwork that is relevant to the case.
Yes.
That's fantastic. I love it. Okay, all right. So let me roll my crisis pool. And I can do 15 plus 20, so that's 21? 21, I can do 21.
All right. So Slaphappy is that living cartoon, and actually I think the living cartoon might be a hinder in this circumstance.
Okay. You think it kind of is maybe obvious that she's not exactly, that she's got maybe some highlights or something like that that still make it clear that she's a cartoon?
It's the stack of paperwork.
Okay.
It's unreasonably large.
Oh, okay.
Like it's actually I'm using kind of the mind control on it as a this is a really intimidating stack of paperwork that none of you want to go through, so you just better let us go.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to roll your stress too. Let me roll another D8 just in case I roll a hitch. I don't think I'm going to get a better roll out of it.
Okay.
What?
I was going to say,
just
that's
wanted
okay,
to-
you don't need to.
Well, I might roll a hitch.
I just want to say this isn't going how Foggy expected it, but it is going exactly how Bryan expected it.
Is it? BW was not anticipating this at all. Not at all.
No. I just mean that Emma Frost had the mind control that Slaphappy is cartooning her way through. This is the entire chaos that I pictured myself setting off on this path.
I do love it. Don't take that as me throwing shade. Not at all what I expected. So it didn't change my total. It's still a 21.
All right, so living cartoon, taking that as a hinder. The paperwork is designed to intimidate them with the mind control stuff. The paperwork came out of the cartoon briefcase, so transmutate with that. This is using duty because we're trying to help everybody, right?
Yep.
I'm including my shapeshift ectoplasmic form in this. And my
Include my
psych
deep-
expert.
Yep, psych expert.
Yep. And Brian, what were you saying?
Oh, I was going to say, I'm sorry, I thought you were pausing to finish. I was going to say take my D8 duty as well, since we're working in tandem.
Alrighty. And I'm also going to spend a plot point to activate my special effect for cartoon physics. to spend a plot point to borrow the highest die in the Doom pool as an asset for my next action.
There you
Then
go.
step back and return the Doom pool.
There you go. So you're gonna grab that D12?
Yes, please.
Okay, and then it goes back as a D10, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what happened?
I don't know, but it looks like everything is there. I think.
Yeah, I don't know. It says it failed verification.
Well, I mean, if Roll20 saying that I didn't hitch that 12, I can certainly re-roll it.
Yeah, go ahead and give a reroll. I don't like that. Just reroll the same pool.
Oh wait, I see what it is. I got 2 pluses right next to each other.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Do you want to take out a plus then and roll again? Or do you... Yeah, take out a plus and roll again.
Okay.
Now that you've seen 4 8s, I'm going to make you re-roll again. Pushing our luck. Okay, that's probably better, right? What did I have? A 21?
Yes.
Yeah. I will go ahead and buy that hitch from you. And I'm going to step up your E-stress.
Did I oh, I should have pushed my stress, but did I take a plot point for hindering?
Yeah,
myself?
you should. If you didn't, you should. But also take one because I just bought that hitch.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I did, but I did spend it to do my cartoon physics.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So you can do it. You've just got to spend some plot points.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So. So 24, spend 2 plot points with a D8 effect.
Okay. Let me jot that down. I'll knock off this D6 completely.
Did I say 24?
Yeah. So you're doing the 9 and the 7 and the 5 and a 3? Is that right? No. Yeah. Yeah, the 9, the 7, a 5, and a 3. Yep.
Wait. So if I spend 3 plot points, I can bump it up to a 27, which makes it a heroic.
True.
I'll do that.
Okay. So I'm going to keep the 6 then, but I'll knock out one of the 8s.
And I'm out of plot points.
All right. So you have choice. You have a choice to make. You want Kurt to go next, or you want the patrol mob to go next?
Ooh.
Patrol.
You can't make my decision for me, dude.
I'm sorry,
But
that
it
one
is. But it does make sense. Patrol.
All right, cool. So the patrol mob that's there sees this commotion, and they are just kind of like paying attention. And I think because Kurt is still like the last one to arrive at the door, they're gonna take an action to deal some emotional stress to Nightcrawler. As in, like, maybe he's feeling intimidated or pressured. But it's not a big mob, so we'll see. And I'm going to roll one of my d10s from the Doom pool. So I'm looking at a total of 11 with a... Ooh, I can do a d10. Look at that. Yeah, let's do that. 11 with a d10. So Nightcrawler, you've got D10 stress, emotional stress coming your way, but it's only a total of 11. So go ahead and assemble a reaction roll.
The best I can do is 9. No.
You could do 9,
Yeah.
but if you spend a plot point, you can add one of those other ones in.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll spend a plot point.
All right, cool. So go ahead and jot your total in there, and then go ahead and take your turn.
Mhm. See if it'll allow me to get rid of the plot point or not. It still doesn't seem like it allows me to click onto it. Thank you. Okay, actually, I'm gonna fold back into the shadows and actually disappear, and I'm going to actually start crawling. My intention is to actually start crawling on the walls on the outside of this detention center and try to peek in to see if I can actually see her or who I can see in each of the cells.
Okay. All right, so that'll be to knock down the crisis pool. So let me roll some there. And your difficulty is a 7 and a 5, 12. That's not the worst. There you go.
Yep. That's 13 with an effect of D8.
So if you keep that, if you do that, that's going to knock out the 6. If you wanted to spend if you wanted to spend 2 plot points, you could add the 7 and the 3 and the 4, inflict the D10 stress, and knock out one of the 8s. But that's your call. So it comes between spending 2 plot points and knocking out one of the last 8 that's in the crisis pool, or spending no plot points and knocking out the 6 that's in the crisis pool.
I'll just do the 6.
Okay.
I'm not going to spend any plot points this time.
All right. And that is the end of the round. So who would you like to go first on the next round?
I'm going to let Foggy.
Foggy
AK.
Nelson.
Here.
Okay. So we're being escorted inside, correct?
Nobody is escorting you, but the door has been opened and you are allowed to walk down the hallway for sure.
Is there anyone around?
Yeah, I mean there's Karen Page and her cohort up at the station, and then there's like along the corridor there's a guard every 5 or 6 cells, and then there are people in their cells behind their doors.
Okay. The only person who walks more like they belong here than Emma Frost is Foggy Nelson, who's totally oblivious to how Emma Frost helped him. Like, he thinks this is all him. So he is just like bow tie, just strolling and strutting, and like he just walks straight past everyone. I am searching for the cells for Aurora.
All right, that's awesome.
I'm still acting first and thinking later. The only thing about being foggy is I have no power set.
Total of 12 is what you're looking at.
So, can I ask you a question about challenging values?
Yeah.
Okay, so since my statement for violence is my strong sword arm is the solution to many problems, but I am solving this without my strong sword arm,
Correct.
could I challenge? I can challenge violence for this role, right?
Sure. So you would get 3 d8s, and then you would add a d8 up to your growth pool, but then for the rest of the scene, your violence is now a d6.
D6. All right, that is what I'm going to do then. And we'll add that crime in. So that's 5d8 coming at you. I'm facing your total 12.
Yep.
Well, guess who doesn't have any plot points?
Well, let me give you one.
Die.
Let me give you one. I'm gonna buy that hitch that you've got, and I'm gonna step up your complication of brother, because now that Tyr is kind of in the background and having even more time to sort of focus on like the ramifications of what it means that he has a brother and that sort of stuff, it's even more kind of distracting, potentially.
That's all he's doing in the realm beyond as he watches through Foggy's eyes.
So now you have a plot point.
So don't even drag it over. Let's call that a 14 total with an effect. Gee, what size effect die should I choose?
Yeah, so that's going to knock the 8 down to a 6. Oh, I didn't add 3 dice. I was wondering why my pools were so tiny. I forgot about the scale. That's like a leap in like 10 total points, and I was like, wow, they're really doing great. Because I wasn't adding 3 dice in the thing that I invented. Good grief. All right. So good job. Who would you like to go next?
I'm gonna pass off to Nightcrawler.
All right, Kurt. Searching for cells, or searching the cells still? What are you gonna do?
Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to be searching the cells while I'm doing it, and then teleporting if I need to from one point to the other while I'm wall crawling and shadows in the devil in the shadows, and I'm going to do guess duty. That's I know, that just sounds so funny.
No, I'm laughing at my roll. I rolled 2 d6s and 2 d10s, and the d6s are each 1s, and the d10s are each 10. So your total is 20, but I rolled 2 opportunities. So they go to Nightcrawler first, but you don't have any complications or anything on Kurt.
No.
So if you want to pass on that, we have other folks who have some complications that they
No one else has plot points.
Oh, but you don't have plot points.
We're all broke.
Zing. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. You teleport around and searching and stuff.
So 13. Well, you got a 20, right?
Yeah. I don't think, even if you spent all your plot points, I don't think you could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this doesn't necessarily mean that that anything bad overtly happens to you, but it does mean that the patrol mob is going to now have 4 d6s.
Okay. I'm gonna actually pass it to the patrol.
All right. So then I think I'm going to have so the main group is headed down sort of that corridor, and I think I'm going to have they said that there were guards posted every so often. I think one of those guards is going to kind of look y'all's way and look like they're about to take a step forward to like kind of maybe question your credentials. And the goal here, Foggy is leading the way, but I think the goal might actually be on Emma to deal some mental stress there, because on the guard's belt are a bunch of those control collars.
Oh, yeah.
So just this confrontation, it's not so much that in this moment it's terrible, it's just kind of that reminder. So I said mental stress. I meant emotional stress. So I'm going to roll for the patrol mob against Emma to do emotional stress. And actually, I'll roll... that would count as a weapon. So I'll use the focus SFX, and I'll combine the 2 pairs of 6s into 8s. So it'll end up being a D8 from weapons, and then 2 D8s from the mob dice. So just 3 D8s. And I'll throw a D10 from the Doom Pool in there. So they have a total of, what is that, 11 with a D10.
All right. So I guess he comes up and starts questioning, or gets ready to approach us, and they see the I see the collars dangling from him, and it just stabs me emotionally. I'm gonna take the criminal pass as a hinder, because that's it reminds her of her accidental situation that she came from.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a knee-jerk reaction. She's going to use psychic blast on him.
Ooh. Basically making this guard think twice about what they're doing.
Yeah, and freedom. Wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. Freedom. Yeah, don't get in my way. Let's see. 26. And psych expert, if you think it would apply to his mind.
Yeah, I tend to usually allow psych expert stuff to be with telepathy and such, yeah.
Okay. I don't want to overuse it, but it seems to apply a lot, so I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
And yeah, here we go.
Nope.
All right.
So, well, actually, yeah, it won't matter because the best you can do is tie. But I will give you a plot point. I'm going to step up one of my D10s to a D12.
Can I? Okay. Well, I was going to see if I could roll some resources here, or anchors. I mean.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What anchor are you thinking?
I'm thinking Iceman, because I don't know, like it kind of, that's where it kind of took her mentally. But I don't know. He's not present, so maybe that doesn't apply. Maybe X-Men.
Well, so you have 1 plot point now because I just bought it from you.
Uh-huh.
So you'd have to spend it. So it'd be 5, 3, and 3. So yeah, if you want to use the Iceman anchor, I'll allow it. But it's gone. But it's going to be an auto succeed. But you've got to spend that plot point in order. I mean, you may not have to, I guess. Go ahead and roll it and see.
Okay.
Yeah. So the hitches on resources don't matter. It's just the largest one. So you'd add the 5 to your total. So you can spend the plot point to get 11, right? And then you'd add the 5 and that'd be 16. So it'd be a heroic success on your reaction.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, go ahead.
So I guess, but all that really means is that I get a D6 out of it. So with the heroic success, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but on a reaction, you can't do anything with it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just resisting.
Yep. That's
okay.
Fine.
Yeah.
So basically, this person steps out, and then like, as they go to reach for, like, as they go to like challenge you, like hold up a hand, you kind of glare at them, and they just like, whoa, step back. Okay, mind my own business. Not sure what's going on, but they wouldn't be back here if they didn't belong. Yeah.
Yeah, and she seems a little shaken, I guess, by the whole thing. I don't take the I spent the plot point, right?
You did.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure.
Yep.
It all happened real quick for my brain. So yeah, I will pass the. Wait, it's not my turn.
No, it's not my turn. I mean, it is my
No.
turn. It's not your turn. But I will pass to Emma because I think that makes sense in the moment. So go ahead and now take your turn, Winter.
Okay, so I'm going to mind control this guard and try to have him convince the other guards to leave the area.
Okay, I dig that.
I'm still going to take a criminal cast at a hinder because she's still kind of shaking up. I think she's going to make him drop the collars too.
All right, I'm remembering how
let's see.
scale dice works, and I'm adding 3 of those. So we've got a 9
Okay.
and a 9 and a 5 for a total of 23.
Oh my goodness. We're going to do mind control and telepathy. That's 2d8. Oh my god. I don't think I'm beating this one. And let's see. I'm going to go with safety for my value.
Okay.
And psych expert. And hope that I can even get close to that. We say 23.
I said 23. You don't have any plot points. Did you hinder yourself?
I'm going to have one, so I did just hinder myself, yeah. But I don't think it's going to matter.
No.
Okay, so 8. Yeah.
I mean, there's no such thing as like a heroic success against a crisis pool, right? So, well, for a heroic, yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. So, it's not. There is such a thing, but I mean, in terms of how badly you failed, it just puts a D6 in the patrol mob, so that's fine.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to get a
Oh wait,
point.
no, don't spend the plot point. You got it for hindering yourself, and spending it doesn't help anything.
Yeah, I'm trying to give it to myself. 1. I'm just trying to add 1 to my
There you go.
here. Yeah, it took me a minute to remember. I will. Let's see who needs to act. Slaphappy.
Slaphappy is up.
Okay, so Slaphappy is still at the guards, still pulling out paperwork, and so the place that I'm at, it's just a guard station, right? There's nothing like there's no controls for anything in there.
You're talking about like this where Karen is?
I mean, I guess that's where I would be, right?
Emma and Foggy had started to walk down the corridor in the direction like the gates were opening and stuff. So I was assuming you were following suit. But if you want to stay back, it's kind of like the entry station, the welcome station, guard station, however you want to say it. The controls there would be for like the doors in the area in that wing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's still pulling out stacks of paperwork, still trying to get that going for her, and as she's doing that, she's going to target the patrol mob to try to mind control them, to distract them, to make them start thinking about how much they would rather be at home rather than patrolling.
Okay. All right. I like that. Okay. So that's an action. So you go ahead and assemble your pool first.
So the first thing I want to remember to do is I'm pushing my stress.
Ah, okay.
and I believe that this is totally something that's going to work. So that's my unrelenting optimism coming into play. Using my mind control. And I think I'm going to challenge my violence value because it's sometimes you got to knock the unhappy out of people, and so it's like instead of violently knocking it out of them, sometimes you have to take a more subtle approach, perhaps.
Sure.
So that's going to add 3d8. And that's going to step it down, right?
Step what down?
With the rest of the session. Is that going to step
the value? Yeah, it will.
Yeah. Okay.
If you're challenging it, you triple it, but then you step it down for the rest of the scene, I think. Or is it the session? I think we said scene.
And then also Psych Expert. And I may end up wanting to spend. I might want to end up using an anchor depending on how this goes.
Okay.
I got a hitch.
You did, which I will buy from you. And I will step up one of my D10s to a D12.
And so I'm going to turn right around. Wait, no, wait. What am I I have no idea what I'm trying to beat.
Correct. It's the first action. It's the first time somebody's taken an action against the patrol mob. So yeah, so go ahead and assemble your pool, your total in effect, and then I'll react as the patrol mob.
So I'll spend the plot point to do 3 dice. I'm going to do a total of 18 with a D10 effect.
All right, and I'm just rolling the 5d6. Good grief. So that's 12. Which means you have a heroic success, which doesn't matter a whole lot because it's just going to knock off a 6. But go ahead and narrate. I did roll a hitch too, if anybody wants to take advantage of that. That has the opportunity to be able to do that. But otherwise, go ahead and narrate your success. What does that look like when you succeed?
So one of the guards, Bob Vila, is walking along, and he starts thinking about all the projects that he has to do at home, and realizes that not only does he have all this stuff to do, he also has to do all this other stuff for his neighbor. So he's just going to go ahead and talk to his boss and be like, "Hey, I gotta go. I got stuff I gotta take care of."
I love that. That's great. It was like a post-apocalyptic This Old House. like how do you make fixtures on a ruined house, like a sentinel stepping on it or something? That's awesome. All right, so that's the end of the round, and we're just about at the halfway point. So here's what we're gonna do. We will take a bio break. We'll take 5 for a bio break. I'm going to spend the 2d12 that I have in the Doom pool to actually end the scene, but I will narrate what that's going to look like when we get back to bring us into the next piece. So yeah, I will be back in 5.